welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the weekly intuitive astrology reading for the 29th of April to May 5th. Actually, it's going to have a little astrology today. So today is going to be different. I felt inspired to I've been in a very strong channel mode for a while this last week, really. And so I just feel I'm supposed to just channel. So that's just what I'm going to do. I'll talk about astrology a little bit, but I just want to honor this state that I'm in. So I'll go over a little bit of like overview and synopsis of what I'm feeling in this week, and again a little bit of astrology, and we'll get into reading for the collective and elements. We'll still do that, but just know that whatever's going to come up in this weekly reading just might be different than how we're used to doing things, which is very aligned to with the collective energy right now as well. Yeah, hold on, sorry, let me just check something on this live because I don't know if, hold on one second. Okay, anyway, never mind. I don't want to get too distracted. Yeah, so if you are new, this is going to be a different reading, but if you're new, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and all of that good stuff. And thank you guys again for showing up for this weekly. Also, keep in mind, I am going to be traveling starting tomorrow. I'll be gone for a little bit, and so I haven't decided if I'm going to do a weekly for next week or not yet. I'll probably just decide literally the day of, like how I always do. But just know that, okay? So let's actually just go ahead and get right into it. Where are we at? I'll just put 2 minutes. Yeah, I'll just put 2 minutes. I was just doing carpool for myself, and here you are. Yes, here I am. Hello. I probably won't read the comments as much because I just want to stay in this like channel, okay? So the deck that I'll be using, I haven't used this deck in a long time. I actually thought I lost it, but it reemerged in this last move magically, as things do. And I believe it's called the Shamanic Oracle. I think it's literally just the name of it. I used to have it linked below. I might still, probably not, because like I said, I thought I lost it. But I'm going to be shuffling cards while I'm channeling, okay? So for this week, I already know the full moon Scorpio is playing a huge role. I did Capricorn and Pisces before this, and both of those readings, Spirit was really emphasizing full moon Scorpio, and even as I'm getting into the energy of this week, there's just like a big fat full moon. So many things came in. I'm like, wait, slow down. This full moon, let's talk about that for a minute because it ties into the energy of this week. The full moon really dredged up a lot for us, okay? Full moon Scorpios, no matter what's going on, tend to do that. They tend to dig up repressed emotions and long lost memories and things of that nature. And it definitely, with this one, because it was square Pluto especially, I felt like it was very much, you cannot hide anymore. Nothing can hide under this full moon Scorpio energy. And we're still under the influence of that for about another week or so. Yeah, like cannot hide from truths that we've been trying to run from, or maybe even just not really able to fully see because we weren't ready to see. And so maybe this hit you right around the full moon Scorpio. Maybe it's going to hit you this week. But things that you were not totally ready to see, you are ready now, or the veil is just being uplifted for you. Some of you may feel very like jarring, like, oh my God, that's so much light that just came out of the darkness, you know? And that is definitely full moon Scorpio energy. Some of us, it was long lost desires and passions as well. And some other themes of lessons and just insights that came with full moon Scorpio is recognizing how much we are holding on to and forcing things that really just are not to our nature. You can thank Aries for that. All this Aries energy we've been in for months now has been helping us with that, right? Like, what is the I? What is our sense of self and identity, and even how to take initiative and put ourselves first in honoring all of those things, right? Right. Now, with the forcing, some of us are realizing too how much a natural divine timing aspect to things are that's just how things are, that some things have to unfold in their own time, and you can't make them happen overnight. You can't have instant gratification, even though our society tends to live in that illusion that we can, you know. Some of you, it's also brought up how to really balance your energies in a way where you're not just forcing, and you're actually taking time for yourself. You're actually taking some time to go within and some self-care, just balancing like You can say masculine, feminine. Some of you may look at it through that lens. It's definitely more than that, but some of you may be looking at it through that lens, and that's okay if that's where you're at. And also recognizing how much you force something or hold on to something that really is just not for you at all. Even if you thought you really wanted it, even if, okay, thank you, I'm bringing that in a second. Even if you thought you really wanted it, or maybe it was just a long dream or fantasy of yours, some of you may realize some of those faulty dreams is almost what I want to say, false dreams. Some of those false dreams were actually rooted in programming, expectations placed on you by family, by society, etc., etc., etc. So moving into this week, fast forwarding into this week, this is a week where if you haven't confronted the truth of all of that revealed by the full moon Scorpio, it's time. It's time to really confront that. It's time to really confront, like, it's funny because in Pisces, I was equating it to like trying to like put on a dress that's like three sizes too small. It's like, what dresses have you been wearing in your life and in your identity that have been three sizes too small? That's basically the energy of this week. Identity is huge. Identity is huge, but some of you maybe experienced through again wants, desires, dreams. Some of you it's actually like routine, routine and self-care and how you operate, how you work, you know, that just have never really worked for you. Honestly, that just never really worked. And I think society is going to play a huge role in that. Societal influence, I mean, play a huge role in that. What else wants to come through here? So speaking, are we ready to go into the astrology? There's something else that wants to come up here. Hold on a second. The choices. There's a lot of throat chakra energy too this week because of the activity of Mercury. Now that we are in the post shadow for Mercury retrograde, which we'll be in for about a couple weeks, but we're out of the retrograde, and I'm sure everyone felt that. I know I felt it, but it's like, it's weird. It's almost like a cleaning of the pipes, I feel like is happening right now for the collective, especially anybody who's really sensitive or who are like mystics or channelers or mediums, etc. There's a cleaning of the pipes. Like Mercury retrograde, we were getting worked on. There was all kinds of stuff getting worked on in here, and now it's like, now we're turning it on and there's all this old stuff that's like still leaving, you know, like cleaning out the pipes, cleaning out the pipes, cleaning out the pipes is still happening this week. But choices. Okay, so there's a collective of you that feels like the choices now, you have to make the choices now, otherwise you're gonna miss the boat. If that's what you believe, that's totally okay. Something's beeping in the kitchen. It's just confirmation. That's okay if that is your belief system. Others of you are writing the belief system of everything will happen in its own time and you're never going to miss anything that's for you, which, like, again, whatever your truth is your truth. I'm just distinguishing different collectives here. But big choices are also coming through in the unveiling of things you cannot run from anymore, that you cannot hide from anymore, and that this is an opportunity to do something about it, to take action in response to that, but it's an opportunity, and that is your own free will choice of what you do with it. Okay? Is there anything else that wants to come through here for the week? They keep showing me the moon. It's like they keep showing me just this super, super bright moon, but it's weird because it's like, you know, moon is in the sky, obviously. Moon is in the sky. And it's like there's something on the, like there's something underneath it. There's something underneath it. My instinct is to say the ocean, but I'm like, no, I actually don't think it's the ocean. It almost feels more like an opening, but it also feels like a cavity, the void. So some of you are getting more acquainted with the cosmic womb and void space. I talked about that, I think, in the last weekly, definitely with the full moon Scorpio live on Patreon. I definitely talked about that. Is this just different lenses of perception? Feels like it. Feels like it. Some of you with this energy are also going to realize things that you have like voids inside of ourselves, like feeling like a piece of us is missing or feeling like there's a hole we need to fill. Understanding where that really comes from. I think that's going to be more for people who are dealing with addictions and codependencies. But I keep getting the word cavity. Maybe some of y'all got teeth cavities. I don't know. Cavity. What is with that? Cavity. I don't really like that word. I don't like that word. But I'm getting more the vibe of like portal, honestly, like jumping into a different timeline. Oh, interesting. Some of you, there is this like, again, hang in there with me. These are just messages that are coming through. And again, I think this is gonna be more for my mystics of what I'm about to say, people who like practice regularly. Um, there's like a rubbing of like timelines of like future self, past self. So some of you could actually be connecting a lot with past versions of self. Some of you are connecting with future versions of self, but that's kind of the funny thing about working in timelines, right? Because like you are a future self of a past self, right? And there you're also a past self of a future self, you know. But there's some of that going on. Definitely some of that going on. Yeah, it's got this rabbit hole. The cavity just has like a rabbit hole kind of feel of like almost collecting pieces of self and soul retrieval and information of self and traversing realms, etc. So just, whoever that applies to, that's going to be very beneficial for you. Okay. I think we're done channeling for the week. There's going to be more channeling obviously as we like continue. Writing habits. Something about writing habits. A shift in writing habits. So if any of you like write or journal, you could be noticing there's like a shift there, or like it doesn't feel the same, it doesn't work the same. That's just an indication that something around your writing habits is shifting to better suit you, better suit the version of you are embodying now. Because with all this energy too, it's like we are unveiling more authentic versions of ourselves, right? Where we are actually a lot more closer to just the vibration of our actual souls versus all the muck that we acquire just, in Earth school from being here, But that just wanted to be said really quickly. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about some of the astrology too. Okay. So again, I'm not going to go deep into it. I'm just going to give you some general highlights. So for this week, Jupiter and Uranus are still working together. I think next week will be the last week that they really work together in Taurus. And they're creating this beautiful trifecta with Lilith and Ceres. So you have all the Earth energies at play being lit up. Ceres in Capricorn, Lilith in Virgo, and I almost said Juno. It's not Juno. Juno's in Virgo, but Jupiter and Uranus, excuse me, in Taurus. So that triangle of these four celestial bodies in Earth signs, okay? That's something that's helping us, but it's bringing in this lens of what do we want the rest of our lives to be like? What do we want the rest of our descendants' lives to be like? What do we want the future to be like? It is calling into question, thank you, systems, new systems. Okay, that kind of ties into what I was channeling before too. Like some of you may find that you need to operate differently. You need new systems in your life. But with this Jupiter, Uranus, Lilith, Ceres energy on more of a collective scale, we're going to see more of a need and emphasis and maybe a plea. A plea is coming through. A plea, a cry, a call, an asking for new systems that really work, that actually support. I think it's going to be more of a cry, honestly. It's going to be more of a cry, but there's going to be individuals that are going to take action in response to that or in relation to all of that. Something else that's going on this week, astrologically, we do have the Sun in Taurus, Venus in Taurus, and we still have Vesta in Cancer. The Sun and Venus are going to be working with Vesta at different times this week and in different intensities, but the Vesta Cancer energy is all about fulfillment of the soul in relation to Cancer, like what brings us emotional stability, what brings us connection to family, chosen or bio, right? And even this, the emotional security we have in the home space in relation to Venus and the Sun in Taurus, values, belief systems, foundations, money, that sort of deal. And they will be working in a sextile with Venus in Cancer, which means opportunity. So there's going to be some opportunities that come up this week to honor what is truly fulfilling for you in terms of your own emotional stability and in your home environment and in your chosen family that provides they're bringing me back to systems. Why are you bringing me back to systems? Because it's the most important thing this week. Okay. New systems is the most important thing for right now. It will be the priority for most people, whether we realize it or not. It will be the priority for most of us, whether we realize it or not. If we pay enough attention, make enough space, make enough space, make enough space. Because, sorry, a lot of talking coming through. Thank you. This is why it's hard to shift from the old to the new, because it requires taking the action and initiative to make the space for it intentionally, not just putting it into action, but actually feeling that, feeling what new is, seeing what new is. Because the old is familiar and it's really easy to attach and just stay stuck in routine. It's just the way of being human. But it's really important this week to make the space. Really important to make the space and really recognize what doesn't work, because your body's telling us. Sorry, channeling, sometimes the words get confumbled. Our bodies are telling us. Our bodies are always talking to us. Our bodies have been telling us what really doesn't work. Our own battery, our own vitality has been telling us what doesn't work for us, and we need to be brave enough to make space to see that, and to also attempt new systems. I want to come back to Sun and Venus and Taurus. Can I come back to Sun, Venus, Taurus? Providing. Some of us are breaking down some really deeply embedded programs of what providing even is, to ourselves and to other people. I just want a big masculine energy behind that Taurus, even though Taurus is feminine. I keep feeling this very strong, like, masculine energy behind it. Tell me more about that. Comfort is important. The permission to comfort. Thank you. Okay. So some of us are also going to need to recognize that we can give ourselves permission to be comfortable. It's interesting too, because it's reminding me of like what I've also been saying too. I think mostly on Patreon, not really on YouTube, but what I've been saying too about how, a lot of people are going about New Earth. I feel like I want new terms for all this stuff. Like living with nature. Living with nature doesn't have to be primitive. We are evolved. It's like we are evolved. We do have technology at our disposal that we can use for the greater good, right? And use to actually live with nature. It's okay to have comfort. It's okay to want comfort. Giving yourself comfort and luxury is not a bad thing. It wants to be said forcefully. Giving ourselves comfort and luxury is not a bad thing. That doesn't make us bad. That doesn't make us not aligned to nature, wanting those things, because we can have those things and still be aligned in nature. It's interesting. That is interesting. Anything else? Chiron, thank you. They're like, don't forget Chiron. So Chiron, still in Aries, working with Mercury in Aries. They will be doing their last exact conjunction in Aries on May 6th. So, at the end of this week, but it's taking us into the following week. This is going to be the third time that they've been exactly conjunct in Aries. But since we are now at the tail end of the Mercury retrograde phase and its lessons and its gifts, there's going to feel like there's a cementing, a climax. Thank you. A climactic moment. So my right eye keeps watering on this for some reason. Something about the masculine energy, how we take action, how we assert ourselves, take initiative, but it's with the eye. Eye is watering pretty bad over here. Come back to Chiron with Mercury. Thank you. So climactic moment. Some of us may experience a climactic moment on 5/5. A lot of us are viewing 5/5 as a portal day, but that will take us into the following week. It feels like this moment of, how do I want to say it? It's like the climactic moment of a movie, right? When what has been long awaited finally happens, but it's at our own free will, right? The moment we've all waited for, the moment of courage, feels like a very courageous moment. And this is just coming out metaphorically, so just take it as it resonates. But it's when the gifts of this Mercury retrograde and even the gifts of Chiron the last few months, they said reflect to December. Okay. Reflect back to December. What has been going on since December? What's been going on since December? What's been coming up for you since December? What challenges have you been facing since December? What gifts have come your way? since December, there's going to be some kind of climactic full circle moment or day or realization, etc., towards the end of the week, beginning of next week in relation to that. And it feels like it's coming with courage. Courage to be in truth, speak truth. They said it's so limitless and various. Okay. It's a courageous moment. Okay. And I think that's all the astrology that needs to be spoken about. North Node is still in Aries as well. We're still on that train, you know, of moving into the future still. But yeah, that last conjunction, just make sure you're aware that 5-5 is associated with that final exact conjunction of Chiron, Mercury, and Aries. Okay. All right. Can we move on? It's like, can we move on now? Okay. Spirit is so funny. They're trying to take this opportunity for me to remind you the importance of being in nature. We all know how important that is. It's just funny to me. Anyway, yeah, just make sure you are spending time in nature. As always, it is good for us and all. They're literally showing me just putting your feet in the grass. Like, when was the last time you put your feet in the grass? When was the last time you touched a tree? When was the last time you got into a ocean or a lake or a river? Like, when was the last time you actually sat with nature and listened to nature? And I think that's about making space, though. Okay. This is the last time I'm gonna like say this thing, and then I kind of want to move on. Remember what I was saying before about like making the space is important. Shifting from the old to new doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen. I feel like this is something Spirit wants to emphasize too. It's like, especially like we're living in a time now where there's just so much information out there, and even just channels, even like me, right, out here doing our thing, that people hear these messages, and what these messages really are just infinite fractals of possibilities of timelines. That's all they really are. And if you want to actually experience any of these things, you actually have to take the initiative to experience these things. Most of these things just don't happen. You can't be sitting in your living room all day expecting all these things to just happen, okay? You got to get outside. You got to get outside. You got to make the space. You got to make the time. And especially if you are trying to bring new things into your life, that does require the responsibility and accountability to make the space for that, to see what that new is, and to also detach from the old, whatever those old things are. Okay? Okay. Okay. Are we ready to move on? They say you can pull cards now. I'm like, okay. Okay. Can I sit in my kitchen? Hi. Everyone say hi to Divine Phoenix Rising. You guys should check out his channel, by the way. Talk about another really amazing channeler. You can sit in your kitchen if you want. You can do that. Still go out in nature, though. Okay. They're showing me more things, but I don't know the vibe of what they're showing me, though. Okay, I'm just gonna speak on this for a little bit. Oh, hello, my dear. Hello. I'm just gonna speak on this for a little bit. Okay, so there's a part of the collective here. I feel like even in this chat, potentially, that's still attaching to timelines and beliefs that people are doing dark magic on you. Now, you know your own life better than I do, but I am a channel, and I know what's moving through me right now, and I'm just going to be honest with you about it. Some of you believe that people are doing stuff on you. It's just you. Sorry, just gotta say it. It's just you. It's your own fear. It's your own beliefs. It's you. It's you and your own fear. Okay? And the more you feed that, the more you're going to have some not such great experiences, but it's you doing that to yourself. Okay, moving on. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. Ooh, I like it. We have the Vision Quest with 60, breaking down to a 6. Don't worry, I have the timestamps. I do. Allie! Oh, Allie! Everyone say hi to Allie's Tarot. Oh, it's been so long. It's been so long. I hope you're doing really good. I hope life is amazing. I hope life is full of just all the things, all the beautiful things. And we also have the moon coming out here with 37 cyclical energy, so breaking cycles. The moon speaks of cycles. Hey, hi. The moon speaks of cycles here, and I just keep being pulled back to the full moon Scorpio and full moon Scorpio and full moon Scorpio, full moon Scorpio, revealing through the Vision Quest, right? Revealing things that have been needing to be revealed, that honestly have been there, right? It's just there's been this suppression, there's been this running away from them, and it's just time. It's just time. I feel like these are things that are also just long overdue for you to just look at and recognize. To recognize honestly. Interesting. To recognize honestly. Yeah, they keep saying it. To recognize honestly. Okay. As humans, as we are, we have a tendency to justify things. We have a tendency to explain things away. We have a tendency to pacify our own behavior, our own self-sabotaging behavior, unhealthy behavior. So I think these are the things that we're really alluding to here. Just time to take accountability for that. What role did you play in the things in your life that are not good for you? What role are you playing in living a life that is not fulfilling, or a life you don't even really want? Right? We all make choices. We all make choices. What choices have you made? Right? Right? I just stopped by because I saw this live and missed this girl. I miss you too. Just hit me up sometime. So much to catch up on. So much to catch up on. Hi to all of you and sending you all love and light. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for dropping by. Love you. Okay. Wait, let's see. Anything else here for the collective? Yeah, I mean, I know full moon Scorpios can be harsh. I know they can be very, very harsh. Yep, so much. Yeah. I know they can be rough, guys, but we really do have a lot within our own power and capability, of making changes, but it really is about being honest with ourselves. Energy of what? Oh, the full moon Scorpio. Ooh, fire. 19, another cyclical energy. It's funny because when I did Pisces, this came up really strong too, and they're reading the power of fire, the element of fire, how powerful words. Hold on, let me bring in. How capable, thank you. How capable we can be when we allow our own fire to flame. Okay? When we inflame, the flames. Flare the flames. You know what I'm trying to say. You all know what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. When we can get into that place where we can really amplify our own confidence. Some of us may do it through sacred rage, and that's okay too. There's something like sacred rage is sacred rage, which is different than rage. That's different than rage, and it's different than anger. But fire, nothing is more motivating when we can fan the flames of our fire. There we go. That's the phrase that wanted to come through. Fire is passion. Fire is motivation. Fire is literally our souls just being like, I am here and I'm ready to take up some fucking space. Right? So how can you fan the flames of your own fire to do this? Right? Shame. Hold on, I'm bringing up shame. So I haven't spoken on this in a bit. It's probably been over a year since I've spoken on shame, but in my own observation, I'm not saying this is truth. This is through my own lens of reality, right? So also understand that if you don't resonate with it, you don't resonate with it, and that's okay. In my observations, I have found that shame is what I call a bedrock emotion. That there's so many patterns and belief systems and ways of operating that are just rooted in shame. Like if you peel back all these emotions, so much of it can come down to just shame, right? And it really is shame that makes us turn a blind eye to our own behavior. It's shame that makes us turn away from accountability. Some of us need to get down to the bedrock of shame. Just talked to my therapist today about shame. Of course you did. And when you can do that, when you can really look at your own shame in the face, hold on, the moon card is running away from me. When you can look at your own shame in the face, whatever that is for you, however that comes through for you, it's only that, not only then, but it's through that that you can find an untapped source of motivation, of confidence, of belief, even. They're saying belief, of belief. And that belief can fan the flames of your own fire, your own physical vitality, your own motivation, your own drive, your own ability. Thank you. Your own ability to take action and accountability. That's so interesting. It's more about the taking action, though, because shame can really weigh us down. Shame really prevents people from like living their life to the fullest. Shame keeps people in the Eight of Swords energy, right? So, click. So, how are you dealing with your own roots of shame? Some of you, that's related to ancestral stuff. Some of you, that shame is actually preventing you from being fully grounded and rooted within yourself. But how can you work through your own shame to fan the flames of your own fire? Cool. All right, let's get one more and then we'll move on to elements. Hey, Hawaii is a magical place. I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying. Nothing wrong with moving to Hawaii. I don't think that's a bad idea on any front. Magical place, some of the best people in the world, some of the best food in the world. Mm. Mm. Can I get one more card for the collective, please? It's funny you say Hawaii and this comes up. The Earth Keeper. Well, there's a lot to say here. 18 breaking down to a 9, energy of completion. I'm also getting the term sacrifice. I got tingles everywhere. Are you willing? That's what's coming through. Are you willing? Are you willing? Are you willing? Doing this work of like facing our own shame and like really uprooting the shame to root ourselves and our truth and all of that. Fanning the flames of our fire. Earth Keeper comes out. Earth Keeper is the card of planetary guardians. It's a card of responsibility. You may not identify as planetary guardians. That's not the point. The point is responsibility. That's the point. And it's interesting talking about Hawaii, so I'll mention this because I think it actually helps really hit this point home. The practice of responsibility, especially in the Hawaiian culture, is really just this is a practice of awareness and love is really what it is. It's the practice of awareness and love to take care of your environment, take care of the gifts that we were given of being here, right? Of honoring the earth and what it is and how it supports us, how it sustains us and gives us life, and even the responsibility of love to other people and to ourselves, right? That's what this is speaking about. It's speaking about the responsibility of what it is to be incarnated here, no matter why you're here or why you think you're here. You may not be here to like, I don't know. You may not be here to be president. You may not be here to write that best-selling book. Like that might not be why you're here. It doesn't matter why. It just matters that you're here, so be responsible to the fact that you're here. Okay? That's how this is coming through. Be responsible to yourself. Be responsible to the act of love and compassion towards other people, living things, and be responsible to what sustains your life here, which is Earth. But that's what this is. This is a card of responsibility. It's also a card of stepping into a new role, a new level of self, whatever that role is for you. That's up for you to decide. I'm not here to tell you who you are. You should know who you are, right? Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting collective reading. All right. All right. We ready for elements? I'm ready for elements. How are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do this channeling wise? How are we gonna go about this? Because I'm going about things a little differently today. They said you're gonna feel it. Okay. All right. So who's gonna go first? Air, fire, earth. Well, I'm flashing back to like I forget when this was. It had to be sometime in the last year. when metal wanted attention. Metal was like, hey, I'm an element. Oh, is that how we're doing this? Oh, okay, okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm actually really liking this. Wait, metal, earth. Wait, okay. Give me a second. Fire, air, sound. Wait, am I really doing this? Okay, just want to make sure. Because the way I'm gonna go about this ties into something they've been wanting me to keep like hush hush about. So I'm kind of surprised. Okay, sound. Wait. Heart, throat, underlying crown. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be very different. This is gonna be very different. Some of you may have a hard time deciding what elements to watch based off of this. Just follow your intuition. Just follow your intuition. So we're just gonna work from bottom up. Okay. Rolling with it. Let's have fun. Let's have fun today. So we're gonna start with metal. We're gonna start with the element of metal. If there was a doubt, LOL. So glad to make this live. Yeah. All right, so starting with the element of metal. So what's going on for metal? Metal. What's going on for metal? What's interesting too is like this happened with Pisces and Capricorn. I was getting this like theme of black and white. Like you could say polarity, but it feels different than that. It feels different than that. It feels it doesn't make me feel great. It doesn't make me feel great, but this is coming up with metal right now. Like illusionary, I guess. Yeah. Illusionary, old, I suppose. It's making my third eye go really haywire. Can I get a card from metal? Interesting. We get starfish for metal. Starfish is captivation. Starfish is attraction. It's magnetism. It's being seen, right? Sometimes it's a bit of a superficial energy too. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm getting a little bit of all that glitters isn't gold in an illusionary way. In an illusionary way. A little bit like the peacock energy that I normally feel. Yeah. Almost like it's almost like, okay, that phrase of, I don't even think it's a phrase, but actually I think it's just a way of thinking. So when I go into a room, so this is just an example from my own life experience. When I go to in a room and I'm around a bunch of people, the person who tends to be the loudest, do I really want to say that? Hold on. I always pay attention to who's trying to be the loudest versus who's also the quietest, right? Sometimes like that very showy energy that like look over here and look over there and I've got all the bells and whistles and da 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 and I take up all the space in the room. A lot of times there's bullshit behind that. Or there's some sort of insecurity behind that or a lack of substance behind that. It's someone it's someone who's trying or almost trying too hard in a way where it's because there's something illusionary going on there. There we go. I was like, we come to it eventually. I was like, there's a way to say this. And that's what I'm getting with the starfish. That's what I'm getting with the starfish. Some of you may realize that you've been drawn to people who are like this in any capacity. It could be at work. It could be amongst your friends. It could even be like people you watch on YouTube, right? People who got all the bells and whistles. But what's really underneath the bells and whistles? What are they distracting you from, right? Thank you. What are they trying to distract you from by pulling you in at the same time, right? That's kind of what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting with that. That's what I'm getting with that. Some of you got to be aware of your consumption. Oh, excuse me. They're also saying be aware of your consumption, be aware of your consumption, be aware of your consumption. It's easy to get excited about the pretty shiny things. It's easy to get excited by the quick instant gratification of things. Be aware of your consumption. Okay, I'm gonna get a tarot card. So because we're doing a lot of these today, not just 4, these are gonna be short and sweet. Okay, where is my tarot deck? Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Okay. Can I get a card for starfish and metal? Can I get a card for the element of metal, please? I'm hearing the gut. The gut. Your gut has been telling you something's off. Your gut has been telling you something's off about what someone says or how they are showy or like, again, bells and whistles. Your gut's been telling you. Your body, thank you. Your body's been telling you. Your body has been telling you. Your body's been telling you. Can I get a card for starfish, please? Wow. Hold on, we got a little bit of card vomit situation going on here. Okay. 9 of Swords. Yeah. Your body's been telling you, your body's been telling you, your body's been telling you. If this is you, I don't think it's you. I think it's external. I do think it's external. If it is you, it's a concern about your own image, okay? It's a concern of, am I coming off the right way? Are people judging me? Do people see me? Am I doing the right things? Am I doing the right things? Am I doing the right things? But I keep feeling this physiological reaction, like like visceral, and I think it might be happening in the solar, actually, for the most part. Like lower body, thank you, lower body. They're bringing up the lower body there. Interesting. All right, so that was metal. All right, moving on to earth. Okay. Earthykins. What's going on for the element of earth? What's going on for the element of earth? What's going on for the element of earth? So earth, you guys got the bat. This card for me comes out when we're trying to see in the dark. Sometimes when we're also in a state of transition. The bat. I'm hearing creatures of the night. Some of you, there may be some stuff going on at night. Like, weird dreams or noises or what have you. I feel like you're getting a lot of psychic hits. But they're fast. Almost like you can't grab them. You can't grab them. I keep getting the night for earth, the element of earth. Some of you may be drawn to go out at night. This is also very full moon Scorpio, by the way. Just saying. It's very Scorpio. I'll come out when it's dark and in the shadows. Yeah, it's like you're moving in the dark. You're moving in the night. You're moving in the shadows, but you need to. You're kind of just drawn to do that right now. And like, again, take it as it resonates, right? These are general messages, but that's what I'm getting. And you actually are getting more clarity. I think I even said this earlier. Truth comes out in the dark. We can actually see more in the dark. However you're traversing the dark, the night, the shadows, it's needed right now. And it's actually giving you a lot more clarity than if you were to operate in a different fashion. But so, like, I'm getting quick. Yeah, some things are coming through too fast. Some things are happening too fast for you to really tangibly like wrap your own like awareness and mind around them. I keep feeling that's more intuition and download wise, but some of you, like, you could be going through a lot of changes in your life right now, and it's been hard for you to really wrap yourself around what is happening in my life. The clarity of night will help you with that. Almost like if you have a spiritual practice of like grounding and clearing your energy, do it at night. Do it right before you go to bed. That'll be helpful for you. Even if you don't resonate with any of that, incorporate some sort of like energetic clearing or grounding yourself before you go to sleep. It also will help with your dream time. Okay. All right, moving on. Can I get a tarot card for bat, for earth? Can I get a card for my earth element for bat? I almost said earth signs, but they're saying element. They're being very like specific about it. Let's see. No doubt, no doubt. I've been taking midnight walks in the woods. Ooh, nice. Very Scorpionic. Very nice. Can I get a card for that, please? For the element of earth. The red wings are really sticking out to me too. The red, the red, the red. Earth is root chakra, and that is what's being highlighted as we're talking about the element of earth is like our root centers. Excuse me, but that red. Some of you, it's a hidden skill. Interesting. Some of you, there's a skill you have or a talent you have that you haven't had the awareness or space to nurture. Okay, there's that. Some of you, it's suppressed anger. Can I get a card for that? If you needed any more confirmation that you're communing in the night with High Priestess, that you're traversing the shadows of the dark to find the light and clarity and truth. High Priestess just totally confirms that for the earth element here. My earth elements, if you're resonating with earth element reading, you're basically embodying that very scorpionic energy of the full moon here, which tells me that the full moon energy is really affecting our root systems as a collective. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Love my job. Okay. Let's move on to water. Speaking of Scorpio full moon. Okay. Getting into the water element here. What's going on for water element? Ooh. I got this weird mixture of like, I was hearing I want to. This almost like a kid who's like, I want to. There's this desire for play. There's this like need of adventure and spontaneity, excitement. We'll just call it excitement. I can feel that with the water element, but then I felt a lot of sadness, like just a lot of emotion too. What's going on for the water element? Which is connected to our sacrals. Am I taking this? Yes. Whoa. Unicorn, not what I expected. This is third eye energy coming in for the water element. Why is unicorn here for the water element? Oh, interesting. So anybody who's resonating with this, there's kind of similar to earth. There's a lot going on with you when it comes to your own psyche. When it comes to your own your psyche, when it comes to your psyche, some of you that's translating to like intuition and dream time and all of that and downloads, but some of you it's actually relating to programming and belief systems, but it's like there's so much going on up here and I can feel this pull and tug of, hey, like literally like a kid, like tugging on like the parent's pant leg, it's like that's kind of what I'm feeling. Yes, thank you, Zachary. Please like the video if you're in here. Please. It does help the videos to circulate. But there's so much going on up here, and I'm feeling like the tug of a child, like on a pant leg. Like, did you forget? We were gonna go do this. Hey, we could go and enjoy. We can go. I feel like anyone who's resonating with this, it feels like your inner child is reminding you that things don't have to be so serious and that you're free to go. This is weird. It almost has that feeling of time served. Oh, whoa. Yeah, it almost has a feeling of you've served your time. Maybe some of y'all know someone who's in jail. I don't know. You've served your time. How ominous. You've served your time. But there is a reminder here to not get stuck up here too much. I feel like water needs to be in the lower body. I feel like you really need to be in your body. You need to be in your body. But I feel like there's a lot of activity taking you out of it. It could just be overthinking, but I do feel the psyche. I keep getting the psyche. Something's overloaded with your psyche. Overemphasized with your psyche. Inner child's trying to get your attention to remind you of something here. Okay. Let's pull a tarot card for water. Can I get a card for unicorn for water, please? Interesting. It's all that energy. Queen of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot going on up here for the water element. And I can't, yeah, there's this call from the inner child of like, hey, come back, almost like come back down to earth, actually. Yeah, come back into your body, come back down to earth. Some of you guys may have been doing a lot of like just traversing the realms, or maybe you've been really busy. Like that could happen too. It's like you've been kind of pulled out of your body a little bit by overwhelming cerebral energy or just a lot of intense stuff going on with your psyche, is how that keeps wanting to come through. You're literally in the Queen of Swords, which nothing wrong with the Queen of Swords. I actually look at the Queen of Swords as the minor to the major high priestess. They both hold that epitome of various truths, right? Of through water and air. But yeah, come back down. Come down. Come down. Come down. Come back down. Come back down to your body. Come back down to earth. I almost want to say get to fire. Get it. Yeah, I almost want to say get into your fire. The candle just went out. Yeah, get into your fire. Water. Interesting. All right, speaking of fire, let's move on to fire. Okay, I feel like everyone's going to resonate with like each of these. Fire. Fire is relating to the solar plexus. I do expect some interesting messages here because that was in the collective read pretty strongly. Fire. What's going on for fire element? I can. I just heard I can. It's about that capability. Yeah, it's like what I was picking up on in the collective read. Oh, fire. Oh, I like this. Dolphin. Dolphin is play. Dolphin is fun. Dolphin is sexual, sensual energy. But dolphin is also the card of the healer, card of the mystic, if you will. The dolphin's very Gemini to me. It's like dolphin is very like playful and intellectual, can jump and leap out of the ocean into the sun and back down into the ocean again, right? Just like speaking to that polarity. I'm seeing like I'm actually seeing a figure 8 fire for you in relation to dolphin. And I'm hearing I can. I'm hearing the word combine. You can combine. You can combine. You can, yeah, okay, thank you. So this clarity that you can combine passion and purpose. You can combine passion and purpose. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's very simple. It's a very, very simple message. I guess I'm just a dolphin. That resonates so damn hard. I can. You can. You can. You're not, thank you. You're not leashed. Interesting. You're not leashed. Fire. You are not leashed. You are not chained. It's like, yeah, it's like that metaphor too of the ocean. Like there's the vastness of the ocean to explore. You're not chained to one spot. You're not chained to one spot. You're not chained to one thing. It's funny, it is very Gemini. I like that energy for my fire though. All right, let's get a tarot card for fire. And then we have 4 more after this. Can I get one more for fire, please? I gotta go hiking. Go hiking! Can I get a card for dolphin for fire? That was fast. You got 2. Oh my god, totally. It makes so much sense. So much sense. 7 of Cups in the Star. You can. I like this. There's also a sense of fantasy at play, but in a way where it really is a reality. It almost feels like the perfect balance. Actually, interesting. Thank you. I was going to say that and they confirmed it for me before I said it. You're harmonizing the Virgo-Pisces axis. You're harmonizing the Virgo-Pisces polarity of the fantastical fluidity, non-tangibleness of Pisces, and you can actually bring that in and experience it through that Virgo energy. Seven of Cups is a card of fantasy, but it's a card of options as well. It's actually very scorpionic. I think it actually is a Scorpio card. But it's also about options and all of that. It can lead to like illusions. It doesn't have to. The Star card for me confirms actually that there is something very delightful and very tangible about the Seven of Cups energy in relation to the I can, right? For my fire, and incorporating that sense of play and freedom and frolic and combining that with purpose. And I keep getting the Virgo Pisces axis. Might be important for some of you. Very nice. Very, very nice. So fire element's having a good time. And again, these are the elements, so you can see this as the various signs if you want to. I feel like we're looking at just different aspects of the collective energy through the elements is really what we're doing here. Okay. So just want to mention that. All right, air. Do air. Okay. Definitely a fantastic reading and live show with Divine Phoenix. Yeah. Okay. Air. What's going on for the elements of air? So air, I just got this very I just got a wave. I'll say it that way. Got a wave of heart energy. Some of you guys may be resonating with green crystals right now, or the color green. It felt like this burst. It felt like a burst of energy. I almost want to say a burst of breath, which makes sense for air because you are the heart space. Technically, heart chakra is air element. Exuding air. I feel like you are exuding a new energy. You're exuding a new energy. It does feel like light. I gotta be honest. It does feel like light. I'm hearing, is this real? Oh, well. I say, is it real? And the hyena comes out. This is my Seven of Swords energy. It's like a little bit of the light side and dark side of the moon. Can speak of illusions. Hyena is a bit of a mask energy. Is this real? You might gotta use your own discernment for that. Is this real? Something has your heart space lit up. Something has you exuding new energy, new life force, new mana. You're not believing it though, but your body's responding. Hey, Oka, yeah. Your body's responding, your energy is responding. But is it real? Is it real? That is the question. Is it real? Let's see. Can I get a card for hyena, please? For air. Don't let this stir you too much. Don't let this get in your head. Yeah, don't get in your head, basically. Don't get in your head about this. Air signs, don't get in your head about this. Or air element, don't get in your hair. Don't get in your head about it. Can I get a card for hyena, please, for air? Oh. I see. We have Six of Wands in the Fool card with this lit up energy that you have, this new energy that you have. I want to say it is real. I want to say it is real with the Six of Wands and the Fool being there. That new energy, I think, is honestly just the energy of adrenaline. Oh shit. Adrenaline, excitement. I do want to say it's real. Sometimes good things do happen. Just saying. Sometimes good things do happen. It's okay to believe that good things can happen. It's okay to believe that good things can happen. Six of Wands is victory. It's also a card of being witnessed. It's a card of recognition as well and reward. The Fool is taking a leap of faith, right? It can also be acting foolish, like, oh, I'm making a mistake, but I don't feel that. I don't feel that. I feel like whatever is happening is surprising, And it is real, but you're having a hard time believing it's real. Like, yeah, you're having a hard time believing it's real, but it is real. It is very real. They keep bringing me back to the heart. It's like I'm seeing like green rays, like green specifically, like literally green rays like shooting out of your heart space. It is real, so don't get in your head about it. Lesson of the story. Over 400 people. Don't forget to hit the like button, please, because we have like half the likes going on. All right, moving on to the last 3. Where's my pen? Oh, there it is. Okay. So these next ones are going to be interesting. So we're going to get into the element of sound. Okay. The element of sound. What's going on with the element of sound? Ooh, I just got a rush of energy through my crown. Apparently a lot is going on with the element of sound. Like a new sound is what I just heard. A new sound. A new sound, a new feeling. New sound, new feeling, new experience. I'm hearing the word transcendence. Sorry, my hair's making me crazy. Can I get a card for the element of sound? Just wanted to stop for a second because like that wave, it hit me and now it's like just moving through me. This is interesting. I wouldn't equate this to the element of sound. I'd actually equate this to the element of ether. So maybe it may come into that when we look at the element of ether, but I'm hearing a new experience of telepathy. Okay. A new experience of telepathy. A new experience of telepathy. Something about it being more just stronger, more tangible. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. That's not going to be for everybody. I'm getting like the 3 of Wands card, like where like he's standing on the shore and there's another shore. Yeah, a new experience of telepathy. That's interesting. Oh, well, something is breaking through with the element of sound. We have elephant here with the element of fire. Ganesh energy, but elephant is about breaking through obstacles, breaking through barriers. They brought me back to telepathy. Breaking through deafness. That's what I just heard too. Interesting. Okay. Some of you maybe receive like your ability for telepathy, even just like sensing or the different clairs maybe changing and amplifying. That's really interesting. Breaking through deafness. Like that's literally how that just came through. Breaking through deafness. Some of you are going to be heard by other people in a whole new way. See, breaking the sound barrier. Yeah, breaking the sound barrier. Yeah, being heard in a whole new way, communicating in a whole new way. It's almost like if you've been feeling like you've had some sort of block or veil, like around a truth or around your ability to have an experience, it's done. It's done, especially if it's in terms of an experience of communication or connection with another person or other people, because they keep bringing up telepathy. I almost want to get one more. Can I get one more? They said it's not necessary. Okay. Let me get one more. Let me get another, like, just tune in a little bit more here. I'm getting a 9 of Wands energy with this for the element of sound. That feels like it's about suffering. 9 of Wands can be stamina, like you're doing the thing no matter how hard it's been, but I feel suffering though. Some of you are breaking your programs around suffering, even communicating from a place of victimization. Oh, some of you are changing the way you're communicating because you have had a tendency to communicate from a place of victimization. Okay. And because that's shifting, people can hear you better. People can hear you. Sometimes when we're speaking from a certain frequency, people can't hear us because that frequency is just like they're not there. You understand what I'm saying? And when we speak from a place of victimization, it puts us here And people who like don't do that, they're here. You understand what I'm saying? Um, some of you are gonna wonder why are people suddenly like talking to me more? Or suddenly, why are people like able to understand me? Because you're speaking from a different place now. They're bringing up the deafness again. It's interesting. Some of you in turn are also listening more too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm hearing intentions of engagement. Intentions of engagement. Your intentions behind engaging with certain people have also shifted. So I'll be very honest with what I'm getting. Some of you, like the relationships you have them because it feeds something in you that's not healthy. Like, oh, I talk to this person because they'll listen to my bullshit, essentially. Or I'll talk to this person because I can just like dump on them, right? Versus actually having a back and forth. You know? It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's just something I'm getting. It's just something I'm getting there. Just being honest. All right, let's go ahead and get a tarot card for this as well. Hold on. Interesting. So I have another deck just sitting here and I accidentally knocked some cards over. Two of Swords. That's a crazy Two of Swords card coming out here. Look at that. Look at that. And Two of Swords to me is holding two opposing truths. They're both true, but they cause friction and stagnation with each other. There's something about that here for you guys as well in terms of communication. Why lines of communication have not been easy. Can I get a card for the Elephant, please? For sound. Oh. Can I get a card for Elephant for sound? Interesting. Seven of Pentacles coming out with Elephant. Seven of Pentacles is an evaluation card. It comes out when we're taking stock of where we're at, what we have, and what we can do with it. And what we can do with it. All the stuff that I was mentioning seems to be coinciding with, how do I want to say this? A shift in your values. Thank you. Is coinciding with a shift in your values and a shift of what matters to you. Getting honest with what actually matters to you, getting honest with what you want to experience. That shift is allowing you to have this breakthrough in your communication and in your relationships, and for some of you in your gifts, in your clairs. Has a little bit of a cleaning house feel to it too. Yeah, has a little bit of a feeling of cleaning house and reevaluating and getting to the nitty-gritty of what you actually value. I'm getting Jupiter-Uranus conjunction energy, which makes sense because Uranus, I think, does really speak to the sound element along with Neptune. But anyway, as does Mercury, but different video, different conversation. I don't want to lose this. And getting very clear on what you value. There is a cleaning house that has to happen for you to prioritize those things. And in whatever way you're cleaning house is allowing that breakthrough in communication and that shift in your communication, that shift in your clairs, the shift in relationships. Okay, let's move on. We got two more. All right. Ether. Element of ether. Element of ether, please. I'm already getting pushed to the last element, but no, we're in ether right now. We're in ether right now. We're in ether right now. I'm getting like very like different purples and things like that. Purple may be a color you resonate with. Lavenders and magenta. I almost said fuchsia. That's not a color. It's not a color I know. Fuchsia, magenta, maybe fuchsia. Let's see. Oh, there's way too many. There's way too many. Can I get a card for the element of ether, please? Yum. Golden egg. Golden egg. It's interesting because that brings me back to the element of air because there's this awareness on the heart. Mafusha. There's this emphasis on the heart with golden egg. That is the heart space. I'm feeling like a poking. How do I want to say this? Oh, thank you, signs. They said signs and omens, signs and omens, signs and omens. There have been synchronicities and signs coming up in our realities that have been like pushing us to look certain directions, but it's really to get us to be in here. It's always good to be in here, but that's kind of what I'm getting with that. Like we're doing stuff, and then a omen or a sign, or thank you, animal. Some of you maybe even be like through animal medicine or animal guardians and spirits coming in and being like, nope, stop looking over there. Stop looking over there. Stop going over there. Interesting. Almost like the like guardrails on bowling alleys, right? Gutter rails. I forget what they're called. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, no, you need to stay here. You need to go here. You need to look here. Stop looking over there. Stop looking over there. Distractions. There have definitely been some distractions away from your own heart space for the element of ether. What's going on in your heart, though, that you're having a hard time being in there? Why are you having a hard time being in there? Why are you having a hard... I keep wanting to say that. Why are you having a hard time being in there? Why? Why? I'm going to get a tarot card for this. For ether, why are you having a hard time being in the heart? There's something going on with ether as it relates to air, which makes... I mean, everything's connected. Everything is connected. Ah, that's why. That's why. Some lingering stuff there. What isn't going on in there? Yeah. The Three of Swords. So anyone who's resonating with this, if you've been having a hard time being in here, it makes you uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be pain or heartbreak. I know Three of Swords can indicate that, but I'm getting a discomfort more than anything. Some of you, it's a discomfort with vulnerability. Some of you, it's a discomfort with just being. Interesting. Some of you, it's like you can't be still. Some of you don't know how to be still. Some of you don't know how to be at peace with yourself. I know these are big things, but just take it as it resonates, okay? We don't got the time to dive into all these big things. But yeah, some of you, you can't be still. You don't know how to be still. You don't want to be still. You don't know how to be at peace with yourself. You want to be, but it's hard. It feels uncomfortable. Learning how to be comfortable in your own skin is also coming through as well. And yeah, definitely some of you, there's some residual stuff in there that wants to come out and be recognized. For anybody who has a tendency to be disconnected from their emotions, there's a reason. There's a reason. It's not that you're disconnected from your emotions. You just don't want to feel them because they're uncomfortable and they might hurt. Yeah. So you need to discern for yourself why you're not sitting here. And this is definitely going to be for people who, like, Spirit's been trying to get you to sit in there. Spirit's been trying to get you to stop distracting yourself from your own emotions or distracting yourself from just being within yourself, being home within yourself. Distractions is a key word there. Okay. Yeah, Three of Swords. All right, let's get into the last one. Let's see. I'll do 15. Okay. Ooh. All right. The last element of love. Okay. It's coming up for the element of love. What's coming up for the last element, the element of love, please? It's interesting. So when I'm channeling, when I'm doing readings, I see a lot, I feel a lot, you know, but sometimes in the midst of it, they'll also show me like things for myself, like, you know, things that are going on with me in the moment as I'm channeling. She'll be really something very interesting with my crown. I was like, okay. Anyway, just wanted to share. Share but not share, you know? Let's see. The sound of silence missed that opportunity. You can still have that opportunity. It's very quiet in parts of Hawaii. Just saying. Okay. Okay. Element of love. Element of love, please. Element of love. Element of love. What's going on the element of love this week for the collective? Oh, that was full. Wait, am I taking these? Yes. Okay. Eagle. Eagle is the world card in this deck. It also speaks to the mastery of air and fire. The eagle comes out when it is time to close certain cycles and open new cycles. Eagle doesn't mess around. Eagle is a divine messenger, and eagle is also psychic sight and wisdom, divine wisdom as well, coming out here with the element of love. And then we also had, of course, we have its counterpart, the hawk. I look at these as kindred energies with eagle and hawk. And back in the day, for anybody who's been watching me for years, back in the day, I resonated with this as a divine masculine, divine feminine sort of a vibe. Even like the colors, like transposed against each other, is very interesting. I'm definitely getting like a sun moon sort of feel. Not speaking to twin flames specifically, I'm speaking to the polarities and kindred frequencies that hawk and eagle hold. Eagle is more of, eagle perches from the highest peaks and points, right? And observes and takes in information, while hawk is tactile. Hawk is much more of like a dive in, take action, dive in and curve here. It's like hawk is like this, and eagle perches and observes and watches and acts only when they really have to, right? Very different energies, but again, very kindred energies coming in with the element of love. And then we have buffalo and then moth. Buffalo is a bit of a tower energy for me. It speaks to changes and shifts and kind of that quaky energy that I've been talking about for a while now with Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. But it is about experiencing changes with ease and grace and trust. They said trust and acceptance and embracing the changes that are happening. And moth is an inevitable event. Words, I'm sorry. When I get this deep in channeling, words start to like become hard to use. Moth is like moth to a flame. It's an attraction, magnetism, similar to starfish, but moth is inevitable. Think Eight of Wands. Think a little bit like an Eight of Wands energy. So what's going on in the element of love? This inevitable magnetism, right? And it does feel like it's between the self. It's the self to the self, right? This feels a little bit of union of self coming through here. It is happening, and the changes that are happening are trying to facilitate that, attempting to facilitate that, but it's up to us to actually honor that. You hear me? Okay. It's up to us to actually allow that. Resistance, thank you. Resistance. I want to speak on resistance. When we get into the energy of resistance, we feel it. We feel it in our bodies, we hear it in our words, etc., etc. This is a window to have no resistance, right? I feel like literally Spirit saying, we're putting everything in place. We're putting everything in place for people to have this union of self. Everything's in place, but it's really on our own free wills and our own decision making to actually experience that. Okay, let's pull some tarot cards there. Wait, what's going on? What's going on up here? You and the universe gaslighting me. I would never gaslight you. I don't do that. That's not my style. That's not my style. Okay. Eagle, hawk, buffalo, and moth for the element of love, please. For the element of love. I almost feel like the Three of Swords wants to be out here too. Oh, well, there's the Tower. There's that buffalo energy. Wow. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to show you the other cards in a second. But remember what I was saying. It's a free will choice. Universe can help us all we ask for. It always comes down to our own choices. Look at that. Tower, Hangman, and Seven of Swords. The illumination, along with the changes, to shake us up from our own self-limiting beliefs, our own self-sabotaging behavior, the way we restrict ourselves and keep ourselves stuck. Right? Universe can help us all day long, but it's really up to us to just, again, take accountability for ourselves. I'm gonna get a little couple more for that one. Can I get a couple more for this one, please? They said awareness. We have the Chariot coming in here. Awareness is key. Awareness of self, along with being accountable to self, is key to getting out of that Seven of Swords Hangman energy. The Tower is here to shake us up, to get us to see this, right? And even if we see it, we still have to make the choice. We still have to take the action of the Chariot, but you have to have the awareness in order to do that in the first place. So yes, have your awareness ears on, however you want to look at that. But being in union with self, being at home within the self, is how we are victorious and how we ascend, okay? The Chariot has these sphinxes here. The sphinxes want to go in opposite directions. It's up to us. Words. It's up to us to be centered enough to be able to rein in our sphinxes and then guide ourselves whichever way we want to go, right? And if we're not centered, if we don't have that awareness, if we are not rooted in who we are, right, what's going to happen? We're not going to move anywhere. We're just gonna be haphazardly kind of going through life, right? But the Chariot has the Emperor sitting behind it. The Emperor is wizened. The Emperor has lived a lot of life. The Emperor is confident. The Emperor is self-assured, and the Emperor will make things happen. And the Emperor is centered. A healthy Emperor energy is centered enough to make moves. The Chariot is also a card of ascension. It also represents the Merkaba as well. So, union of self, right? In order to make some moves, to be triumphant, move in the direction you want, have the progress you want, have the growth you want, have the ascension that you're looking for. Ascension in whatever terms you want to look at that, whether that is more spiritual or just literally like evolving your life, right? I think I have more than 2 sphinxes. I honestly think, we know. But for the sake of the card, and for not confusing people, the 2 sphinxes. Getting clarity on owning my truth and my true values. Good. All right. We are complete for the day. This was a very different way of doing this, but this was kind of fun, and who knows what's going to happen in the future of how I'm doing these. And also, like I said, I will be traveling, so I don't know if I'm going to do a weekly next week or not. I have not decided. I will decide in the moment, okay? But I do have to go. There's a lot of things I got to do and prepare, but I love you guys, and thank you for everybody who came out and who's just been with me the whole time, and just, thank you for being here. Thank you. And thank you, Zachary, for coming out. Missed you. But I'm going to hop off. Okay? Have a good day and a good week, and I'll see you guys later. Namaste.